You can see it right here. You can also see it coming up on Audition and Auxiliary. It's not going out on program though, because why? I don't have it punched in program, and if it was going out on program, everybody that's listening to the station right now would hear me, right? So we don't want to do that. So I'm going to turn it off real quick here so you can kind of hear the process as it goes. The next thing you're going to hear is the last couple seconds of say something, and then I'm going to say this is SDS, and I'm going to start my next song. All right? So I'm going to start the song I'm going to talk out of, and then I'm going to start recording my track. I do that by hitting underneath the flashing red light. I start it just like you would start a recorder. And then when I'm done, I'm going to start the song that I'm going to talk into. Okay, so here we go. This is SDS. Okay. Then when I'm done, I hit the stop button below it. It's the preview button. Now I can listen back to it. This is SDS. All right, I kind of like that, but I actually want the This is SDS to actually go over a little bit more of the intro, the drum beats that you heard. So I'm going to slide this track back a little bit, okay?
Are you just clicking the yellow?
I'm just clicking with my left click, and I'm just dragging this back and forth. All right.
Question.
Yes.
What about the waveform incompatibility? Is that an issue at all?
This being louder, you mean?
Yeah.
No, your voice needs to print, and I think that will be a fairly decent level. If not, you can always re-record over it and change it if it sounds distorted or if it's too low.
Okay, so you're saying just by looking at that, that doesn't.
Yeah, that doesn't
still
bother me.
thinks
That
that's
doesn't
fine.
bother me
Okay.
so much. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what we do. We'll give you a little bit more of experience here. I'll zoom out a little bit, and you can see this is the end of the song. I'll start playing it here and describe what's going on. So now I'm just playing it back, and I'm sorry. Stop this. I got to hit preview to play it back. So you see everything kind of goes neutral here, and this tells me to stop.
I'm giving up on you. Say something.
This is SDS. Okay, everybody hear how that changed? Okay, now I'll even slide it over a little bit more so SDS goes right up against the ooh, okay? So I slid it over just a little bit more. I'm going to zoom in so we don't have to listen to as much as what we just heard. And let's see, can I go in 5? Yeah, I'll zoom out one more. Here we go. Preview it again.
Say something.
This is SDS. Closer, but not all the way I want it, so I'm going to move it a little bit more. Zoom in a little bit more so I don't have to waste as much time listening. Hit preview again. This is SDS. All right. I decide that's what I like, and I click Save. Now I'm ready to move on to the next one, okay?
Can you show again a little more slowly the zooming in process?
Yes, up here there are some zoom in and outs.
Those.
And all it does,
Dots.
yeah, up at the top of the screen, there's a zoom in and out, and it just takes you back X number of seconds in the song. If I go back 160, I'm going to be kind of in the middle of the song. And when I hit preview, I'd have to listen to all that before I get to the end. So if I zoom in, I just start cutting down less and less of the song. This is the last, I don't know, few seconds of the song, like 10 seconds.
Say something.
All right, so that I just played back from the top here. I didn't play the whole thing out. All right, so now we have recorded that. We save. We can go on to the next thing. If you hit close, you'll notice up here on the screen now that I have a 5-second voice track, and it is now inserted right here where before there was nothing. And so that's between the two songs. I then go down to the next part where it says Insert Voice Track, and I click on the song above it, just like the instructions say. I click on Fast Track, it opens up 2 new songs for me. I've got Tighten Up by the Black Keys, and I'm going to talk into another song by the Black Keys. Oh, we got a double play going on here. Gold on the Ceiling, right? So again, I get to where I want to as far as zooming in. I'm going to leave it at 10. I will arm my recorder. I'm going to start my song and start my recorder, and then I'm going to do the same thing again, say this is SDS, and I'll fire up this next song. Here we go. This is SDS. All right. Now I stop it, and right back here, somebody coughed, so I just got rid of that there. But if I go ahead and preview it. This is SDS. All right.
It sounded like a long pause, but
Yeah, and if I didn't want that, I can move it out because it was kind of burying my my voice a little bit there. So I can go ahead and zoom in again so I don't have to listen to as much. I hit preview. Now my voice is going to be more in the clear. This is SDS. I didn't like the dramatic pause, so I drag this over a little bit more, and then I say, okay, that's what I want. I save it, and done. All right, any questions?
do we?
When I'm done saving it, I hit close, and then I go down here and I have to save the playlist over again.
Yeah.
It'll bring up this message. Very important. It's on your instructions. You click save. It'll say, do you want to overwrite? Yes, I want to overwrite. Now that's saved in the playlist, and when your instructor goes back and checks your work, there will actually be something on there. If you don't save that and you don't overwrite, it won't be there, and I will think that you didn't do the assignment.
Can
Okay?
you do that step one more time, please?
What's that?
Can that
The
last
saving?
step? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So all you're doing is, again, once you've finished your voice tracks, there's 2 voice tracks in here right now. You're going to do 4 in the 0 hour. When you've gone through them all, and you can do it after each one if you want to, just click in the lower right-hand corner. It says Save. It'll bring up this message that says Save Playlist. It has the file. You don't have to change. Don't change any of the file information. Just hit Save, and then it says Playlists exist. Okay to overwrite, and you do that, and it'll quickly save it, and then you can unload it. Close it and get out of it, and the next person is ready to record. Then, before you leave the studio, what do? You put everything back in the way that you originally found it. Up here on this screen, it shows you how to leave the studio, but essentially we want to go ahead and put everything back in Program and Audition and Aux, all 3. Go back in, right? And then we switch the monitor back to Program, and now it's ready for people to be on the air. Bring 2 back up. Audition actually take out right there. All right.